Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I'm your DevOps SRE DevSecOps coach. I have close to 18 plus years of experience working in multiple MNCs around the globe and having in-depth knowledge of DevOps, SRE and DevSecOps. So I would like to introduce you one certification program in a DevOps, and that is we call it DevOps Certified Professional. Now this is a 2 months of program, 25 tools of DevOps you will learn, and apart from that you will also get the access to the LMS, lifetime access to the videos portal. It's a certification program, and you will have 25 assignments and 2 projects along with it. It's a completely weekend program, so here you have classes on Saturday and Sunday. So as part of this course, you will learn multiple things. Here you see that you will learn Linux, AWS, Docker, Jira, Confluence, Python, Git with GitHub, SonarQube, Maven, Gradle, Packer, Artifactory, Selenium, JMeter, Ansible, Kubernetes, Helm, Terraform, Jenkins, Datadog, Splunk, and Neuralink. Now, how do we, apply for this? So how can you reach out to us? So you have a WhatsApp number and email ID, so please reach out to us and we'll help you to onboard this program. Apart from this DevOps certified professional programs, we are offering other certifications as well in a DevSecOps, SRE, and one of the very comprehensive programs which we have is in Master in DevOps Engineering. Yeah, so feel free to get in touch with us and then enroll for it. Thank you.
Same time, you can also, from the one single point of place, you can deploy the app workload management. That means if you want to have a CI/CD software, just now I discussed, or GitOps. Okay. Anyone have heard about the GitOps, which is very becoming very popular in Kubernetes? Anyone? No. Yeah. So GitOps is one of the latest innovations has come in the market, where you modify the Helm chart, the YAML file, and automatically deploy that in the Kubernetes. That's the process at a high level. Okay, so I have released few videos on GitOps. Probably you want to check it out in LMS. So open source with an enterprise focus, again 100% free and open source. Works with the cluster in any environment. Kubernetes has its service, no vendor lock-in. Paid supports are available. So yeah, I'll not get into detail, but yeah, by now you understand that why we need enterprise solution for managing a multi-cluster Kubernetes and so on. So Rancher can work with the private cloud with RK. RK is one of the flagship product again from Rancher. Rancher can work with a public cloud like GKE, EKS, and all. And Rancher can help you in the private, in the bare metal also. So that is the advantage of it. So yes, Rancher is not like only you as a DevOps engineer can use. Anyone can use it. It is used by the IT operators for managing the infrastructure, including unified multi-cluster management, centralized app catalog, consistent security policies and compliance, hybrid and multi-cloud support, accelerate DevOps adoption, freedom to innovate, but also developers. So developers can work with the tools you already love, for example, Jenkins, Jira, SonarQube, Nexus, Artifactory, all the other tools as well. Deploy complex microservices applications with ease, so that you can do that as a developer. Attract developer talents, so it's easy to deploy. Demystify service mess, okay, and maximize developer product service business if you in UI and all stuff like that, and maximize developer productivity and accelerate staff onboarding. And for management also, they help. Rancher can help in terms of adopting the DevOps, increase productivity in collaborations and stuff like that, and cloud native economies. So who's using Rancher? So Rancher is being used by many organizations. So this is little old data. 4+ enterprise customers uses Rancher in production, some including BMC, Fidelity, and CAL. Okay, so you can see the growth of Rancher, and it's doing on a very fast pace. You can see the adoption of Rancher. Okay, so now we understand what is Rancher and why do we need it. Now, uh, in Rancher, there is some terminology which we use and some of the core concept. So clusters, I think by now you know that it's Kubernetes cluster, the one which you say. But Rancher, you have a clusters, clusters where you can manage the collections of machines that run containerized application managed by Kubernetes. Sorry, namespace again is coming from the Kubernetes concept. Node we know, pod we know, deployment we know, workload we know. So these are something similar concept we have because using Rancher itself you work on the Kubernetes. So same thing we are seeing it here. Now how do we host the Rancher? So how do we deploy that particular tool itself? So there are multiple options are available on for this. So here if you see that you can host Rancher in a Docker also. That means yeah, Rancher is one application, right? So it can host in the Docker also. Now Suze, who has acquired the Rancher recently, 2020, they have created one Rancher hosted environment also. So that is also a place where you can host it, Rancher. Or if you have a certain Kubernetes clusters, your own customized one, okay, there also you can deploy using Helm chart. So all these are way you can get the Rancher application. Are you comfortable with it? All of it?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So Rancher managing Kubernetes installed in your local or remote development environment is so much easier with Rancher. Now with the full support of for Windows container, HTTP service mesh, and enhanced security for cloud native workload. Rancher helps developers innovate faster with a greater confidence. Now hosted Rancher service, which is hosted by SUSE. Hosted Rancher is white glove DevOps service for Rancher control plane available to platinum subscriptions customers only. Hosted Rancher is the fastest, safest, most cost-effective path to multi-cluster Kubernetes in your enterprise. So if you don't want to manage the Rancher installations, then probably you can go for this. RKE. So RKE is basically a tool actually. Okay, RKE is the lightweight, lightning fast CNCF certified Kubernetes distribution that runs entirely within a cluster. Okay, so that means if you want to set up a lightweight Kubernetes cluster within a cluster, within a container, you can use a kind also. Okay, but RKE is been given by Rancher itself. Okay, so RKE is one of the ways. RKE is one of the ways using that you can run the entire Kubernetes cluster within a container. That's the beauty of it. And on top of it, this is can be used for the learning purpose. This can be used for the deploying some quick application for testing purpose and all. You can do that. So that's very handy actually. If you don't like RK, you can use for kind also. So system and platform, if you're running, it build a clusters from the single command in just a few minutes, and declarative configuration makes server upgrades automatic and safe. Now there is one more utility which is there by Rancher community, K3s. K3s is a lightweight certified Kubernetes distributor built for running production workload. So here this is RK you can use for the learning purpose. I mean you can create using RK you can create a clusters but for learning purpose, trying it out and all features of Kubernetes. But K3s again is a lightweight, but you can create clusters for the production workloads and something like that. So K3s is a packaged as a single less than 40 MB binary for the both, and it works great on something as small as Raspberry Pi or as large as AWS A1 large 32-bit server. So whatever it is. So these two utility has been given by Rancher. There is one more app we have. This is not a tool by the way. This is the application. So this is also 100% open source, but for what region? So remember that Rancher will help you to manage the multi Kubernetes clusters. But how do we empower the storage for, and how do we make the storage available for all the clusters? So that is done by Longhorn. So Longhorn is 100% open source distributed block storage built for Kubernetes. So what are the three different types of storage which we are always talking about? Anyone have idea? Anyone have idea?
Sorry.
All of you. Three types of storage which we are talking about always. So there's one thing called block storage. Second one,
File
object
storage.
storage. Object storage, and third one is network storage or file storage. Both are same. File storage or network storage, both are same. So in Kubernetes, if you want to implement the in Rancher, if you want to implement the block storage, Longhorn is a very stable application which you can use it. So this application, although started by Rancher Labs, Longhorn is now a CNCF governed project. When used with Rancher, Longhorn increases the developer and IT ops efficiency by making persistent storage easy to deploy with a single click and without the cost overhead of the proprietary alternatives. It also reduces the resources required to manage data and operate environment, enabling team to focus on shipping code faster and delivering better applications. So now you can use the Rancher support also, which is a paid services. But for timing learning, you can go with the Rancher open source. So Rancher is 100% open source, by the way. Only the support is paid. So that is, please keep in mind. There are some difference between the Rancher commercial support. Right now, this is not useful for us and stuff like that. So now let's discuss about the Rancher architecture. So as part of the Rancher architecture, the main part of the Rancher is something called Rancher server. Okay, in the architecture, we have Rancher server. Now, Rancher server, you can say is like Rancher application itself. Okay, so which I'm going to deploy, which I said you can deploy in the container also, Docker container, or you can deploy in the Kubernetes cluster also. Or if you want that usage to host your Rancher server, you can go for the hosting option also. So Rancher server includes all the component used to manage the entire Rancher deployment. Rancher is deployed as a group of namespace, deployment, pods, services, and on high availability Kubernetes clusters. There are difference between Rancher launched downstream cluster and non-downstream clusters, such as AKS, JK, EKS, and non-RK. So here we need to understand when Rancher create a clusters. Okay, understand that when Rancher using the Rancher, when you create a clusters of Kubernetes. Okay, so there are two types also. One is Rancher launch downstream cluster, and another one is non-downstream clusters. So where Rancher is not having any control over that. So I'll discuss in some time that one. So look at this. These are the layers of Rancher, and starting from the top left side,
If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.